Yo, saw dudes, Purple Slushy here, bringing you guys a build video. Today is a build video that you guys have been asking me to put out for the longest time. Purple, what's your Magicka Nightblade build video? Purple, please put out your video. Purple, well, I got you guys. Today, this is my Destro Resto Magicka Nightblade build. So, getting into my stats right off the bat. So, if I go Cloak and buff up, 3,300 spell damage, 1775 recovery, it's 1,500 without a drink. Almost 39k max, 26k health, 13k stamina. I do not have Undaunted passives yet, but I will be getting those. Out of stealth, 3k spell damage. Everything else is pretty much the same. Going over my sets. Maelstrom Lightning Staff. Now, the best staff to use for this build would either be a Maelstrom Destro Fire or Maelstrom Destro Ice. I'm using Lightning because that's the only one I have, unfortunately. I do want to get a new one, but until then, this is what I'm using. Back weapon, Maelstrom Resto Staff, Precise. You definitely want your Resto Staff Precise to get your heals to crit. Also, the enchantment on the staff, Regeneration, restores 481 Magicka when you critically heal a target. So if it's Precise, your heals are going to be critting way more often, which is really nice. Two-piece Scoria. Vulcan Scoria, Shoulders, Inpen. Vulcan Scoria helmet infused. This is my only infused piece of armor. Everything else is impen because Nightblades don't really have shields and you kind of need the impen. So what does Vulcan Scoria do? 6% chance when damaging an enemy with a damage over time effect to call a meteor dealing 7,800 flame damage to target and 3,500 flame damage to all other nearby enemies. The effect has a 5-second cooldown, so it procs really often when I'm using a bunch of dots. That's why I like using Destro build, because you can apply a bunch of dots onto people and still keep up all the pressure while not taking too much pressure yourself, which is really nice. 5-piece Cags, all impen. Gives you max Magicka, recovery, max health, decreases the time to resurrect someone, and adds 219 spell damage. Pretty good. Everything is gold except for my waist. My waist is purple. 3-piece willpower, 3 spell damage enchants with Kudas on them. All arcane. You definitely want all your jewelry arcane. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the gear. Going over my abilities. Swallow Soul. This is really cheap. Only 949 Magicka. Really cheap skill. Really super high DPS. As you can see, not even buffed. 7,600 magic damage for only 900 Magicka. I mean, that's pretty OP. Dark Cloak. You can cloak and then you reduce your damage by 8% for 5 seconds. I love this skill because there's no cooldown. So anytime you get you go cloak, the next 5 seconds your damage is going to be reduced by 8%. I also stack that with shadowy image. So what this does is it sets down an image, and wherever you're at within, I think, 36 meters, you can teleport back to it. So it says the Shades attacks deal 1,800 magic damage, which isn't too much, but it reduces their damage by 15% for 4 seconds. So if someone's about to ult you, if you cloak and then set down a shadow image while you're in cloak, you're going to be taking so little damage. It's really OP. Then on top of all that damage reduction, you can also use bolstering, which will also reduce the damage you take by 60%. So it's pretty much, you're pretty much a tank. I don't want to say you're a tank. You pretty much can take a lot of damage while still putting out a lot of damage. My other skills on my bar, Concealed Weapon. This is for like DKs, Templars who like to purge dots. It's just a really good skill to have on. I highly recommend rocking Concealed Weapon. If you guys do use this build and want to switch out one of the abilities, I would switch out Concealed Weapon. Merciless Resolve. This buffs your damage by 8% and it lets you shoot a bow after 4 light or heavy attacks. Pretty cool. Soul Assault. This is another dot and it's an ultimate. This does proc Scoria, so a lot of times I'll Soul Assault someone, and then the Scoria will come down and kill them when they're in execute range. So it works out pretty well. Back bar, Siphoning attacks, really good to keep your resources up. Healing Ward, it's a must-have. Prolonged Suffering. Now, this is my CC that I use. I don't use Fear because when you're on a Magicka Nightblade, you can move so much and control the battle that you don't always have to have a ton of people on you to where you have to use Fear. You can pretty much control the battle and take people where you want and kill them and do whatever you want with them. Crippling Grasp. This is another DOT that I use. It's one of the best dots in the game. It also gives you speed boost, which is pretty cool. Degeneration. I use this. It's kind of like it kind of reminded me of Power Surge from last patch, where it heals you from your crits. I don't know if they changed it this patch. While active, your light and heavy attacks against the target have 15% chance to heal you for 100%, for 119% of the damage cost. Okay, so I guess it's a little bit different, but it's still a really good skill. You could use this or entropy, either one. And then again, I got bolstering on my back bar. I used to run in-cap, but it's stam now, so can't really do that. Soul tether, if you want to put soul tether in, I'd put it in for probably your bolstering, and then I would put meteor in either for your soul tether or for your soul salt, depending on what ultimate you want to use. Going into my CP, I am a high elf. I have 63 into magician for 12% Magicka reduced cost, 89 into arcanist for the recovery because I am a high elf, 15 into tumbling for break free, 83 into elemental expert, and 84 into Thaumaturge. I did a split so I don't get any diminishing returns, and I just actually started doing this I think yesterday, and I'm just trying it out. So far, I used to rock a couple points in Elfborn. It's pretty much the same thing. I'm still doing the same amount of damage. You guys can set up your damage CP however you like. This is just what I like. Now going into the red tree. Now stam builds are so good this patch, and they hit so hard. I remember, like, I want to say 2 patches ago, the meta was to put all your points in the elemental defender, and you would take almost no damage from Magicka builds because they were hitting so hard. This patch, I'm pretty positive that, like, at least for me, I like to have 100 into hardy because that way I can just negate most of the physical damage. And so many people are switching from their Magicka builds this patch back to their stam to be the meta. So having 100 points into hardy is definitely gonna make you a lot more tankier against those stam builds. 27 into resistant. You can put a couple more into resistant if you want. I honestly could probably take 10 out of hardy and put them into resistant, or even put them into thick skin. This is just what I like. This is what's been working for me. I have 16 into elemental defender and 24 into bastion to increase the strength of my healing ward, because I do spam healing ward pretty often when I'm getting attacked a lot. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much the build. Everything about the build. I went over dots, damage, CP, armor sets. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's everything there is. If you guys have any questions about the build, don't be afraid. Just leave a comment on the video. Please like and subscribe, and see ya.